Welcome everyone to the 100 subscriber video that you guys wanted. It is the every SSA Skylander ranked. That is right, everyone. It's finally here after a couple months of dragging my feet and not wanting to film this video. No, I've wanted to film this video, but it's finally here. Alright. So, let's just get straight into it. That's what I say. I've got a really scuffed setup, so if my mouse moves weird, then that's why. First up, Bash. Bash has really good primary attack, does a bunch of damage, and he has good movement. And he has a projectile. I would go so far as to say goated. He can even charge that primary to do more damage. I mean, what more do you want from a Skylander? He's simple, easy, does a bunch of damage. What more do you want? Boomer, this is a hot take. I'm in the Boomer Supremacy gang. Oh, crap. Yeah, right there. Boomer's so good. He throws bombs that make other bombs. He can lay the bombs down behind him, so you can just run through a crowd of enemies, lay down a bunch of bombs, and then just they all blow up. It's so fun. And the ground pound's so good for keeping enemies away. It's just so good. But his best move is the primary with the bombs that you throw and they make other mini bombs. It's so good. Camo. We're getting a lot of good ones to start off with. That means we're going to end with all the bad ones. Camo. Below Boomer. He's still really good. Everything Camo has, so good. But actually, I should have done a viewer discretion that this is my opinion. And this is ranked on favorite, not how good they are. But everything that Camo has is really good. He has a fast projectile that does good damage. His melons are broken and they have iframes. It's broken. And the Vine Whip is fine. But those other two moves hold him up so well. So yeah, and he can heal. Oh, I forgot that he can heal. So yeah, even more broken. Chop Chop. Where'd my mouse go? All right. Good. Chop Chop is fine. I'm just not a big fan of Chop Chop. He is the bread and butter Skylander. Nothing that he does is overly interesting. And I feel like what makes him good is his shield. And I don't really like pressing two buttons at the same time. That's just me. So he doesn't really click with me, but I do like his sword attack. I like the tertiary move. They all do a lot of damage. So that's why he's here. I might even bump him up. I'll bump him up to great. Just because I like both of those moves a lot. And I like his combos a lot. It's just the shield that doesn't really click with me. Cinder. This one's interesting. Cinder. I put her in. I put her in good. Cinder's good. Her gameplay is very repetitive. You dash with the shadow dash, then you shoot the ghost, make them explode. That's and I mean, if you're into that, good for you. Cinder's probably for you. But for me, I'm looking for a little more variety in my gameplay than not just running back and forth. But she does have very good movement. Her attacks are really good. Yeah. But gameplay, very repetitive. And I feel like the thunder, the lightning, not really the best projectile. Dino Rang. I like Dino Rang. I like him a lot. He's right there. Okay, I've talked about this on stream, but I don't know if anyone's heard it. Dino Rang is here because 1, his projectiles have great range. 2, they do great damage. 3, the traps are funny, and they also do great damage. 4, you can have the secondary act. You can do the first 2 boomerangs, then have the secondary boomerangs active. You don't have to wait for your boomerangs to come back. You can do 1, 2, and then do the circle move, like the boomerang shield, which may not seem like a big deal. That may seem like a thing that a Skylander should have, but Dino can't throw his boomerangs until his boomerang comes back. If he didn't have that, he would be down here. So yeah, that propels him a lot. Let's see who's up next. I'm going to guess Double Trouble. It is Double Trouble. Double Trouble, a lot of people say he's bad. I don't know where they're coming from. Double Trouble's broken. I put him there. Double Trouble, he doesn't quite touch great. I mean, goated. But his primary is heat-seeking. It's aimbot. You don't have to aim. What more do you want? And if you're ever in a dangerous situation, you can just summon the children to do your fighting for you. What more could you possibly want out of a Skylander? I don't know, but I don't know why people are saying he's bad. So yeah, that's my second hot take of the video. We're like 2 for 6, but second hot take of the video. See how people respond to that. Double Trouble, he's good. Next up, Drill Sergeant. I'll delete these 2 tiers. Hold on. Because I don't think any I don't feel like this many tiers are necessary. Like this will just be bad. I didn't capitalize. All right, Drill Sergeant. He's there. DJJO about to get mad at me for this one. Drill Sergeant, he's very gimmicky. Like, you shoot the rockets, run away with the secondary, and shoot them with the tertiary while you're doing that until the rockets reload, then you shoot them again. It just seems very inefficient. Like, Drobot could do that way easier. Gilgrunt could do that way easier. So could he. Like, why shouldn't I just play those characters if I want to play a projectile character? But he is very fun. I'll admit, no, he's not. He's very fun for a little while, but then you get into a big fight and it feels insurmountable. Like, you feel like you're playing this, you have to play in this certain way or else you're just going to get destroyed. So, and for me, I don't really like that. I like to have a lot of lenience in my playstyle. I've said that in this video, actually. I like to have fluidity in the way I play. And he doesn't really offer that. A lot of characters do offer fluidity, but he doesn't. Next up, DJJO about to get mad at me for this one too. Oh yeah, he going all the way up there. This is a good character. There's not really much I can say. The lasers are just that good. And the secondary, it's also good. Like, his flight offers great movement, lasers shred, and his secondary, while being vastly overshadowed by the lasers, it's situationally good. Like, if you have a close encounter, do the blade gears, and then that's some good damage. So yeah, he's just broken. And I will admit that the blade gears are, I mean, while they are situationally useful, they're definitely the worst move in his toolkit, but which is, yeah. Eruptor. He's bad. He's not good. The lava blobs are his best move, and they're really hard to aim, at least from my point of view. They're really hard to aim. Yeah. And then there's just his other two moves, which are either like the secondary, really long startup, or the tertiary, which is just useless. So, yeah, that's fun. So that's why he's bad. Flameslinger. Just good. Flameslinger. I don't really. Everything he has is fine. I'll put him above Cinder. He's better than Cinder. He's more. Actually, no, I like Cinder more. He's fine. Everything he has is fine. But it just doesn't click with me the way that other Skylanders things do. So that's why he's in good. Next up is Ghost Roaster. Ghost Roaster is also good. I'll put him here. Ghost Roaster has a really the sole reason he's here is because of his primary attack. I love it. That thing is so fast. It's so does good damage. It's very fun. His secondary attack also very good. Gives him some not much needed, but some helpful movement. And his tertiary is why he's down here. Drags him down a whole lot. Oh, Gilgrunt. This is a Skylander that I've been saying is overrated for the longest time. And yeah, he's there. You may be thinking, great. I thought you said he was overrated. He is. Usually he'd finish like here in lists. But he's here. He has a lot of good damage. But the water attack makes no sense in my brain. I cannot tell like what it's supposed to do. It just doesn't make sense. But I do love the harpoons. I do love the jetpack. Especially with infinite water. It gives him some great movement. And he's very slow without the jetpack. So yeah. Hex. Hex is good. I'll put her below Cinder. Hex has really fast projectile. A really fast projectile for primary. Kind of like Triggs, but a little worse. And the Bone Wall kind of seals her fate for me. I don't like wall moves. They're really weird and just kind of, in my book, pointless. Although hers does do like the drop down thing, which I do like. Like it opens up when you're trying to walk through, which can be annoying if you're trying to build a wall, but it also doesn't get in the way. So hold on, let me just check how long I've been recording for. Then there's the charge move where you charge up the big, like the bomb. You know what I'm talking about, the secondary. It's fine if you have enough time to charge it, which is I assume what the wall is for, but it's not great. So that's why she's here. She's good. Everything she has, I mean I like, but it's really not great. I should click out of that. Igniter. I like Igniter. He probably, for me, would be phenomenal. And why he's not in goated is one thing that I've been experiencing way too much with this character, which is some wonky hitboxes. This character's hitboxes are weird. He does good damage, and with his primary, his his tertiary also very good range and very good damage. His secondary is fun to use, but his wonky hitboxes, I just can't get over. And if you're wondering why I wouldn't demote him from here to here, this is reserved for one character and one character only. That is a penthouse suite of my heart. Lightning Rod, he's not going in average. He's going in... I put him in goated. Actually, I'll put him in phenomenal. Reason I demoted him down, his other moves just have too much startup. Well, his tertiary, very close range. While it is good and it does have the stun effect, very close range. And the secondary move has too much startup. So you should just always be using the lightning bolts. There's really no reason to be using any other move. But the lightning bolts are very good. So, yeah. If they were bad, then that would be a whole nother thing. No, that's too high. Get down. That's a controversial one. That's a controversial one. But Prison Break is... I don't like him. I don't think he's very fun in the way that you're supposed to play him, or the easy way to play him, which is the way I play him. It's just too much effort that can be done by a lot of other Skylanders fairly easier. And while I do think some people think it feels cool to do Prison Break things with Prison Break, I don't think it's very fun. Slam Bam. If you can't tell, I like easy Skylanders. I don't like to spend my time learning. Slam Bam. I'll put him in great. He's not quite phenomenal material. Slam Bam, you can just press you can just press his primary. Like, there's not much to it. And the ice just adds to that. You can just ice, punch, and his tertiary gives him some great and much needed movement. Honestly, I'll put him in low phenomenal. He's great. He's a fun time. He's a blast. Is there anyone I'll put in okay? Let's see. Not really. Alright. I guess we'll just delete okay tier then. Fun. Sonic Boom. I love Sonic Boom. Okay. Where'd my... Sonic Boom. If you don't know, the air element in SSA is, I think, the worst element in the game. Actually, no. It's... It's looking like I'm actually about to be a hypocrite. Not a hypocrite, but wrong in my assumptions of myself. But Sonic Boom is one of the ones that really stood out to me as being very fun and very good. Her primary has very good damage. I'll put her here. Her primary has very good damage. The children, I always like a summon move. And her flight, just a flight move that gives movement. Tertiary is very good, gives movement. Who doesn't like extra movement? And her primary is really what I want to talk about. Holy, is that thing good. It does so much damage. And it does like the weight bounce off thing to do more damage to other people. It's so good. Spyro, DJJ about to get mad at me for this one. Great. I put him in phenomenal. Low phenom. Actually, I'll put him in. I'll put him in. He's right there. Spyro's projectiles are good. His flight is good, and his ram gives him movement. So does the flight. And his ram does good damage. So do the projectiles. Everything he has is good. There's not really much he has that's bad, and the head slam's also very good. I do like a good ground pound. Stealth Elf's broken. I'll say it right now. Stealth Elf, broken. Not as broken as Drobot, but I played her once on stream, and I'm like, holy. She can attack so fast. Do so much damage. She has such good movement. And the sneak is very fun. And Arboreal Acrobatics just gives her good movement. Let me down. Stump Smash. This is another hot take of mine. Stump Smash is very good. I'd put him in great. I'll put him in great. But like high great. I'll put him in, high phenomenal. Because Stump Smash does so much damage. And he can heal in the water. And no, that's not just an SSA. Because Double Trouble's Soul Gem is just an SSA. Because he can like float on the water. No, he can heal in the water in, I think, all the games. Which is a very useful tool. His secondary and tertiary are the same move, but they're still very good moves. It gives him a projectile, but he is literally pretty much here solely for the reason that his hammers do so much damage. Sunburn. I'll put Sunburn right here. Sunburn, Sunburn's both his secondary and his tertiary give him some good movement. The tertiary more than the secondary. The secondary is more of an attack. And I'll move my mouse off his face. The Flame Breath is good, but it doesn't have that much range. It does good damage though. So he's here, and a lot of his stuff just kind of doesn't really feel good when I play him. It feels fine. It doesn't feel great. It feels fine. Terrafin, if you think I'm going to say he's bad, you haven't played Terrafin in SSA recently. He can attack so fast, it should be illegal. I'll put him here. He gets so much damage off the belly flop, and his primary is so incredibly fast in that game. It's insane. And the calling the baby sharks is kind of useless, but it gives him a projectile, so it's fine. So yeah, he checks all the boxes, kind of. So that's why he's here. And his berry, like the land shark dive thing, whatever, it gives him very good movement. So yeah. And he can eat stuff while he's in there. My guy. He can attack so fast and pile on so much damage so fast. And the minigun just adds to that. And if he needs to finish off an enemy fast, he can just send in the lob attack. It's just the perfect combination of projectiles that you could possibly ask for. Also, Yamato Blast is so funny. I'm sure no one's going to object to me just putting Voodooed casually at the top. If you're wondering why I put Voodooed there, he can two-shot enemies in SSA. He also has amazing movement, And the traps are stupid funny. So, yeah. Sometimes I just like using voodoo traps because it's just a meme. And they also do good damage. It's not like a bad option. It's good damage. Yeah, and his primary can two-shot, and he has good movement with the, what's it called? The, like, grapple thingy. Whamshell's a character that's had a very large fall from grace for me. He's probably more like here. He used to be up in my top 3, but now he's more like there. Which is still a very good spot on this list. His primary does a lot of good damage. His tertiary does a lot of good damage. His secondary gives him a projectile. It's just that projectile isn't very good. But I think he's a very good close-range Skylander, and he just suffers from lack of mobility. I won't talk about him for long. Whirlwind is fine. I would put her in great. She checks all the boxes. Right there. I'll put her above. I'll put her there. She's good. Everything she has is good, and shooting the rainbow into the clouds is fun. I do like her flight gives her movement boost. The clouds do damage, and so do the other things. They all do good damage. It's just that I like other Skylanders more than her. Actually, I'll put her above Chop Chop. I do like the sound that the rainbows make. Oh, and you can charge the rainbow. I forgot to make a black hole. That's a cool thing. Now, we're ending it off with a few Skylanders that I don't like. I don't know what Warnado's supposed to do. But whatever he's supposed to do, he does it horrendously. Sorry about that. Excuse me. First off, the primary puts you in a position to get hit because it's a charge attack. That's what it does. It does fine damage though. The flight attack is just a beta version of like Spyro or Cinder or any other Dragon's Flight, but it does have projectiles, so it's fine. Then actually I don't think it's a beta version. It's probably the alpha version. It's probably the better version. But then the projectile that he has just doesn't have that much range. If you do hit it, it does good damage, but it's like really doesn't have that much range. So what's the point? You have to like run up to them roughly like, I don't know, a Spyro fireball's length away. Probably less than that. You probably have to get like an eruptor. You probably have to get roughly an eruptor lava blob's length away to actually hit them, which isn't good range. It's just it's just not good. I feel like everything he has is just a mediocre version of what it should be. His soul gem does give him armor though, so I'll give it up. I'll give it up. Now, I tried to do something. The worst Skylander in SSA. It's Wrecking Ball. Who's surprised? No one. His tongue has good range, but it does garbage damage. The actual Wrecking Ball attack has 7 years of charge up, and the burp, it's fine. Zap. DJJ about to get mad at this list. Zap is fine. Well, no, he's good. He just doesn't click with me. I don't really like the dash around Zap load. Like, I feel like if he didn't shoot in bursts, it would be fine. He would be a fun character. I do like that you can electrify the water. That's a very cool mechanic. And I do like how fast he shoots in his bursts. I just don't like that he shoots in bursts. I'll put him low phenomenal. Because I do like his movement. His movement's very good. And now for the final character, Zook. Right there. Zook's very good. His projectile does good damage. The shrapnel's so good. His mortar is also very good. And the wall, he's one of the few characters that I can see using the wall to get the mortar out. So, yeah, he's just very good. Everything he has is just amazing. And, yeah. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications if you haven't already, because then you get notified when I stream. And I stream Skylanders usually, but sometimes I try and branch out. I played WarioWare once. And anyway, if you guys did enjoy, yeah, be sure to do all those things. Like the video if you liked it, and comment what your opinions are. So, yeah, I'll be sure to see you guys in another video. Bye.